It is Good Morning Uganda. I'm Olive Monica Najuma. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Now, as the world moves forward, it's important that we have the necessary skills that we might have to use in the realm of employment, but also job creation. Now, for many that have gone through the Ugandan education system, there used to be questions regarding why there are many unemployed youth. And the answer was always because our education system is more theoretical than actually action-oriented or skill set oriented. So now we are trying to change that and have skills included in our education. And it gives me so much pleasure to know that the new O-level curriculum is competence-based. What this means is that the children at some point have a project that they come up with that is supposed to solve a particular problem in the community where they live or even in the schools where they study. But talking about skilling, this is a broad conversation, and I have a lady that has made it her life's work to ensure that Uganda's children are skilled. So she goes to different secondary schools, starts up projects with these children, and I'm telling you, there are benefits the children are gaining. Imagine you're in senior 2 and it is third term holiday and you have this skill that can make you money during the holidays, because as adolescents, as children that are, teenagers, at some point you need a little money of your own. Maybe you need to buy ice cream. Maybe you need to pay for that game that you play on your phone, and you don't have to ask your mother for money to pay for it. But also you can make your own pocket money so that when your mom or your dad pays the school fees, you don't have to go with 10K at school. You have your money. So you go to the tin. You do not have to eat food from the school kitchen because you're not about that life. Anyway, this is a very interesting conversation, so I invite students to be a part of it so that you gain something or two. But also parents, it's very important to listen to Catherine Batio and why she is so interested in skilling Uganda's youth. My name is Olive Monica Najuma, and let's get into it. First of all, I would like to welcome Catherine Batio, who is the team leader Cosmis Uganda, to Good Morning Uganda. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Uganda. I am Catherine Batio, team leader, Cosmis Uganda. Cosmis does school-based skilling, and I'm grateful for this host once again. Thank you.
All right. Now, we also have Chomjisha Patience, who is a student at Sam Iga Memorial College. Good morning, Chomjisha.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited to have you here because I can't wait to learn about the skills that you have amassed so far. We'll get into the conversation, but right next to me is Sentongo Nestroy, who is a student at St. Julian, which is a private school, but yes, he is doing something for himself. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Okay. Now, starting with you, Catherine, I would like to, first of all, let's just get an overview into the skilling, school-based skilling project. Briefly explain what skilling children means in the Ugandan context.
Once again, skilling is something I do personally with a lot of love, with a lot of passion, because I am a testimony of skills. In schools, there's several schools that we work in. For instance, Sam Iga Memorial, which is government. We have St. Julian High School, which is a private school. We have seed schools. The reason we are working within these schools is, one, to address the skills gap, but also to integrate the technical expertise that the schools might not be having, but we have. Thirdly is to address some of the challenges that the children might not be able to see, but because we are in this sector, we have engaged in the skilling sector, so would want to work with the schools, build the school, build the children, mentor them to take a path that can give Uganda a better result.
All right. And in your perspective, how has the skilling program evolved in Uganda over the past few years? Are there any notable milestones from your lived experience?
Skilling is something that has grown over time. You can even attest with me that the government has now even come up with skilling the youth.
Yes.
We have the skilling, which is within the community, the presidential initiative, which is targeting skilling. Yesterday, I was seeing something on UBC where the president has even launched a skilling hub in Karamoja. And so all these efforts are to change the norm that we've been struggling with, job creation, job issues. So if we have several communities in this country skilled, the children, the women, the youth, we shall be able to respond to most of the needs that we want, the gaps that we have within the country, but also without a skill, because a skill is something that is hands-on, something that you can tangibly define and say. For instance, I'm able to make, let's say, cosmetology products. I'm able to rear rabbits, and you're physically able to touch the rabbits. I'm able to plait hair in the salon sector, and I'm able to produce different products in the sector. So skills are those universal requirements that we really need as Ugandans to be able to move forward. But if you also to build the sector, the SME sector, then we must have the right skill set in the community. So by us skilling the children, we are building the generation. Because you can't start climbing the tree from the middle. You have to start from the roots.
Yes.
And then climb, so that we have the mango picked. If you want to get the mango from up there, start climbing the tree. You can't access a storage building by jumping. You must either go through a lift or you must use the stairs. So we want these children who are from the floor ground, that they should be rightfully skilled. They should have the right competences and also understand what the market is. Because let's say, for instance, our student here, Chiwamugisa, if she's understood the hairdressing needs in the market from senior 1, I'm telling you, by the time she's an adult of 35, 30 years, she's going to be a very different Ugandan who will start thinking of different opportunities to ride on from the sector of hairdressing and beautification. Similarly to Nestre, who is in the rabbitry and poultry sector, that as he implements, as he grows in this sector, he'll be able to understand what does the rabbit business require. If it is the treatment aspect, if it is the value chain, if it is the market demand. Already he has a lot to talk about from the experience he's had just within this period that we've given him the skills.
All right. Now, according to the World Bank, the rate of unemployment in Uganda is at around 2.8% of the total population. But when you look at also the rate of youth in Uganda, we have those aged 10 to 19, which are 25% of Uganda's population of 46 million people, and youths 18 to 30 constitute 23%. Now, when you look at these age brackets, it shows you a group of people that are vibrant, a group of people that have the energy to be productive, but many of them are not productive. They're not in the workforce. Why? Because we do not have enough jobs. There is also something that is usually said: you cannot get rich by having a job, but if you have a skill and maybe start a business, then you can maximize on that and you can achieve so much. That's why we have this conversation today. Now, I did mention that we have students that have been beneficiaries of the skilling project from Cosmis, and right on the extreme end I have Chomugisha. So I would like to hear from you, Chomugisha. Can you share your story? What skills did you learn, and how has this skilling program changed your life?
Thank you for the opportunity. The skill I have learned is hairdressing and beautification. It has helped me a lot because I've seen my mom struggle for school fees. I've seen my mom hustle to give me the break, pay for school fees. But for the skilling they have given to me, the skilling I have got, the opportunity I have got, I can earn some money from home through the holidays rather than sitting at home, rather than doing something, because they say an idle mind is the devil's workshop. I advise everybody out there, do something, learn skills, try to be beneficial to the country, do not look forward to white-collar jobs. We have our jobs here in our country.
Okay, I like the fact that you do mention that do not just focus on white-collar jobs. Why do you think it's important for young people to not only look at opportunities given in the white-collar industry?
There are many people who are looking forward to becoming doctors, lawyers, but not all of them succeed. Not all of them are having that white wig. Not all of them are wearing it. So we have to be beneficial rather than sitting at home, having nothing, helping your parents, yet you have completed your studies. You have to do something. You have to get a skill. A skill is so important that even though something happens to you, you can earn money. Even though what, you have a start. You have a starting point. Like to me, I'm in Form 1, I'm going to Form 2, but I have already earned the starting point. I'm going to get my certificate in S3, then do my UCE in Senior 4. See, I'm going to end my Senior 4 having 2 certificates that are going to be so beneficial to me.
Okay, Chomjisha is from Samiga, and that is a government school, and she has been involved in, you called it beautification?
Hairdressing and beautification.
Hairdressing and beautification. Now, I know when it comes to hair, I mean, right now I don't have any synthetic hair, but every woman has that point when we go to the salon to have our hair done. Catherine here looks very nice with her 4 locks. And many women are doing this hair like every single day. Like when you go downtown, let's say Mutasa Cafe, you're going to find women saying, Madam, jangu tukasibe. Yes. So, Chomjisha, do you see yourself at some point running this as an even bigger business, not going into looking for a job, but growing this skill even further so that you actually at some point become a job creator?
Yes, I do, because I loved hairdressing ever since I was young. I collected some things, and that thing has been so good to me. I loved it ever since I was young. And for me, my vision is to employ others, teach others, have a bigger course like the way this cosmetics is. Yes, they are giving opportunities to others. I want also to do that. I want also to do the same thing. I want to give opportunities to young generations that will be there by the time I shall reach there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chomjisha. Now, I have Nestroy here right next to me. What has been your experience, and what skill have you decided to follow up and galvanize, make yourself better?
Actually, I will begin with thanking you the opportunity you have given me. But according to me, the things that have benefited most, actually I began this thing of joining rabbitry since I was young. You see that when I was young, we used to rear something like 2 rabbits, 3 rabbits, and then they give birth to 2 to 3. Then you also will find out that just there. But when I got the opportunity of cosmetics coming to our school, actually, I was like excited that, hey, they also study poultry and rabbitry. Then I said, oh my God, yes. Then I joined that course to get something like a certificate, to get something like more skills, because in my future, actually, I would like to be a doctor. But you find out that in the future, all of us, we are many people who are studying to be what? To be doctors. But you find out that many students of St. Julian and other schools will finish at the same years, and then we get out, then we are looking for jobs. Then we request our parents to support us something like on university. But if I told me myself, St. Nestroy, I can get some money from my businesses, then I employ myself at the beginning before I go to the other things. I think you are getting me.
Yes.
Before I go to the other world.
Before you become a medical doctor.
Before I become a medical doctor, I have something here on my what? On my pocket. And you wonder that if currently, actually, when I'm at school, I no longer ask for my father some pocket money. But I tell him that, Father, help me sell like 3 rabbits.
And send me some
and
money.
Send me some what? some money. That thing makes my father somehow proud of me. Because even my mother, when I request them some money, like registration, I am the one who paid. Because my father told me, Nestroy, let us sell like 5, because you currently see that in Uganda we consider mainly what you call meat bleeds, not fur bleeds. Meat bleeds, we have examples like New Zealand, we have chinchilla, something like that, because they are crossbreeds. We consider crossbreeds. They are high resistant to diseases, and then they give high meat bleeds. Then you find out that high Nestroy, if at all I finish like senior 4, just beginning, I will not go early that my father, I'm requesting you to do something in my work. No, I already have something like which I'm doing. Like when we were from school, I was given something like a award as a champion implementer. Because not that actually that I just read books from school, but I got that gift from them, from the Cosmos Uganda, because I was already experienced from home, and I was just like given more skill. Like you see there, I spray my rabbits. I even always clean them, food.
Are those your rabbits at home?
Actually, that one I was at school. Then I was just implementing what I do at home. You see those young ones,
Yes.
That I check their toys, so that I prevent diseases. I always monitor them. That's a skill, because you should always monitor what you rear, so that like those ones, in 5 months they will be giving birth. Actually,
in 5 months.
In 5 months.
Okay.
That's why another thing why I chose rabbits. You find out that I'm at school, they are reared. I was arguing with my friends at school. Nestroy, why did you choose poultry and rabbitry? Because you find out that it looks something like it's a shaming when you were at school in your boys. But I told them, you see, you are here studying what you call computer engineering, but it is you yourself to reach there, then you start practicing it. But me, I'm at school, I'm getting my money. Because rabbits, my father can help me in rearing them.
Okay. So, Sentong, I will ask you, how important is support, let's say family support, in your skill? Because you keep talking about your father. So when you're at school, how important is family support in helping your vision come to life? Actually,
you find out, madam, that if at all I'm at school, then my father is at home, then I have a farm of rabbits. You find out that my father takes responsibility of it. That Nestroy, it's your turn. Now you go to school and study. I concentrate now in my books because I'm all right. I'm at school. But here, you find out that if at all I had taken something like computer engineering, it means it is me to implement it by myself. I have to be there at the station so that I practice, so that I get some money.
Yes.
But when I'm at school and my rabbits are reared by my parents, then you find out that, I can just call, I send me some money. Then actually I even join something like CBS Peosa, because you save some money. Yes, you find out that when you go back at home, you already have some money kept in in something like a circle. If I told your father at the end of the year you serve, then you put in more money. That's like a support for my father, because when I'm at school, actually I'm supported. I find that as I left, just improvement. I just find improved. Not that necessarily your things now, you sell them, you go to school, you study, then you come back and then you put another one. Okay, so family support is very vital. Very vital. If the skill is to continue. Now, Batio, coming back to you, the children, should I even call you children? The young man and the young woman, they have skills that are actually scalable and really profitable, because when you look at the hair business and cosmetology business, it has really picked up. We have moved from traditional jobs like be an engineer, be a doctor, be a journalist like myself here, to having multifaceted skills to make a living. I did ask Sentongo about family support.
But what would you say to parents out there that still have doubts when it comes to their children having skills in industries where probably the parents don't feel like they are good enough for the kind of children they are raising?
Well, thank you, Olive. First of all, let's start from that point of family support. Family support is very important from the perspective of this child getting the opportunity to get skilled, but also the child's ability to implement the skill. I would like to, in a very special way, thank the parent of Chomgisha, because she is very supportive. And that for us proved that her daughter will be very successful. Because without the support of your parents, it's a little bit a challenge. Yes, I know it is easy to make it, but it requires a child who is really able to move it on his own, fight a bit hard. But with the parents' support, it makes it easier. Getting back to the multiplier impact or replication of these skills. Yes, as you've said, you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be a journalist, you can be a manager, you can be whatever the profession you want to be. But having a side gig has never been a crime. Because when you have a side gig, when you have this side business, it's actually an extra income. Let's say if you're earning 1 million, and again you're able to sell 10 rabbits per month. So instead of your net income being 1 million, you'll have a net income of 2 or 3 or 5 million. So having the skill and additional business run alongside your other professional sites, I think for me it is a value add. And then also in the sector that, yes, you might be a doctor, you are skilled, you have a salon, or you have let's say a production unit for, let's say a weave production unit as a hairdresser. You'll be able to employ other Ugandans who are in the sector, the people who've gone to school, the school dropouts, the people who are skilled in the same sector. So it's really very vital to have these work hand in hand. But also someone who is skilled and is gone to school, a formal school, there's a way their thought is that if you're a journalist, for instance, and you're running a salon, the way you balance your books is different.
Customer service.
Customer service, you know, that is important to make your place clean, you know, that is important to handle staff well, you know, that is important to do marketing. So that adds a lot of value to the skill set, to the business that you've established.
Okay, so you're telling parents, despite them having a skill, continue educating them formally because it also has its advantages.
Yeah.
All right. Now, coming back to the students, Jomugisha, I'm coming back to you. How much do you charge, first of all, when, for instance, for braids?
For braids, see, I haven't got my own salon or be employed as an employer or be an employer, because I'm just given amount because you saw I was completing the braids. I was helping her to complete. I was handling with her. Even I remember my first money which was given to me, it was 5,000. And I didn't ask for my mom, asked me as a girl, a teenager, and ask her for sanitary tissues. No, I bought them myself. Ever since childhood, I was afraid. Like, I'm not a person who just counts, mom this, mom this. Sometimes she's the one to remind me. When I was still in primary, she was the one to tell me, there is your money for break. There is this, there is this. Like, to me, as me to reach to her, I felt like it is not needed. When I got this opportunity to earn my own money, to earn some little, because it isn't much, 5,000, 10, even though it's much to me, but to others, it may not be. And to me, it solved my personal issues.
Okay.
Despite asking them from my mom.
Okay. Now, the reason I asked about how much you charge, I wanted to drive to another point. Do you see yourself specializing in a certain type of maybe hair? Like, for instance, I know people whose specification is they only do dreadlocks. And then you'll find one who only maybe makes wigs. And then you find someone whose specialty is braids or cornrows. And then there is someone who does it all. So do you see yourself specializing in an avenue or doing it all?
I like doing it all because I love styling. I love styling. I can't specialize in one. Like, I see somebody deserves this. I love styling. All in all, I love styling. Whether it's weave, whether it's wedding, makeup, that's all.
Okay. So were there any challenges you experienced before joining the Cosme Skilling program?
Yes, they were there because nowadays I can supplement to the school dues. Nowadays I can supplement to my mom's. Like, before that, I used to see her struggle. I used to see her do it alone. Yeah? But now, due to the skill I have gained, due to the skill I have got, I can have, like, I can hold with her and we support each other.
Okay, thank you so much, Mugisha. And Sentongo, coming back to you, what are some of the challenges you experienced before you joined this skilling program?
Actually, madam, as you know, that every business there must be a challenge. Yes? You find out that since I was young, actually I've been facing some challenges like diseases, mainly diseases. But when I joined the Cosmes, I learned why do I get diseases with my rabbits. Because you find out that it is something like poor feeding. I am the person who used to just abruptly feed my rabbits. Yes, but when I was taught by my teacher at the Cosmes, I learned that rabbits must be fed at some moment. Like, not every time that you are going to just bring your feed abruptly. And you must feed them a balanced diet. Sometimes you bring forages. Forages are greens. And sometimes you must bring something like concentrates and supplements. Those are the feeds manufactured. As you see chachu, we call them chachu, the other things in our language, as you know. But you find out that they would get something like diseases in the stomach that would somehow become a big, yes? Because that's what you call bloat. Because of poor feeding. And sometimes you would get diseases and they are like, you get wounds. They get wounds on their legs and sometimes in the ear. Those ones, you call them coccidiosis. And then you wonder. By that time, I used to call a doctor.
A veterinary doctor.
A veterinarian. I used to call him. Hey, come and help me with something here because my rabbits have got diseases and in the feet. Then the doctor charges me money. When I wonder, I say, yeah. But for him, just like 3 days, then they start getting healed. Yes. Then I wonder. But when I was studying,
he wasn't giving you the solution.
He wasn't
just
giving.
Come treat and charge you and go.
Yeah, something like above 5K.
Yes.
Then I wonder. But when I was studying with Cosmes, they told me no. We can bring something like, you see coccidiosis, and then we also learned, they told me something like, that is coccidiosis, those are signs of coccidiosis, and the solutions, how it can be solved. And they also told me about the medicine. And then I went to the supermarket, then I bought the medicine. And then they also taught us how we can measure the medicine in their particular amounts. Then there's a medicine that is injected in muscles, and there's a medicine that injected in the veins.
And you're doing this yourself.
And now I can do it myself. Then you wonder. But now the other time I was charged.
So now you're saving money.
Yeah, now I save that money.
Okay.
Yes, and now there's something like another one is about you see those diseases, they come something like poor ventilation and poor hygiene. You find out that I used not to spray every day. I would just spray once in a while, something like that. But I studied that you should always spray. Yes, you should always spray so that you kill those germs on the floor. Mainly another thing that those coccidiosis disease comes as a result of poor drainage. The solid floors must always be cleaned and sprayed. And we have also wire meshed floors. Wire meshed floors, just spray because the urine just passes through the wire mesh, then it flows down.
Because rabbits urinate a lot.
Yeah, urinate a lot.
I know for sure. Okay, this is really great stuff. So when you look at the challenges we are facing and then the solutions that you were given, what would you say to someone out there in the community that wants to embark onto the rabbitry and poultry business?
About that, you see, madam, everything you must first of all love it. I'm a person who used actually to first of all love rabbits, even though you might find out by that time they would somehow die. Like 3 die, then you wonder. But now, if at all I just saw someone that they are good, then I'm just admiring something. But now, if at all you love it, you will continue. But if at all you don't love it, I can endure. But if at all you can endure, but if at all you don't like something, it begins with passion.
It begins with passion.
Yeah, that is it. First of all, love it, then you continue doing everything.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk about the competent-based curriculum, Sentongo. Yes. You're in Senior 3.
Yes.
Next year you will be in Senior 4.
Yes.
Yes. And I understand that by now you already have a project that you're working on that will be examined by UNEB, right?
Yes, yes.
Which project are you doing? Are you still continuing with your poultry and rabbitry business project, or you have another project that you're working on?
Actually, as you know, at our school, projects we are considering rabbits and poultry. Now I can't take other things. Now you remember, the other side have something like 9 subjects.
Yes.
9 subjects, they will basing on the subject itself in the new curriculum. Certain subjects, they have something like in biology, we consider yogurt making. I also learned that skill from school. And you find out that in chemistry, they will bring something like, if I told that's construction, and then you consider the properties of materials. That's also another what? In physics, they also consider properties.
Each subject has a different
subject has its own project. And this one, they will add them to 20 marks % and at our UNEB. Like this one, cosmestry, the skills, they consider something like 5%, and 15% is from the activities of integration and project work from each subject. Then in cosmestry, they consider something like 5%. That's why now this 5%, I have to make sure that I have it already in UNEB. Okay. And also the other 15 marks, I also make sure that I have them at UNEB. Me sitting UNEB like next October, because it will be 2025. Next October, I'll just make sure that 80% I have to fight for it. I get it from UNEB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. And I like the excitement you have when you're speaking about your project. There is so much passion
I love it. You begin with love to do everything. I'm a person who uses actually say, rabbits die. Then I bring a person. Madam, help me. You bring a man. There's a man called Waswa. He always injects rabbits. See that it charges something like 5. But when I learned about those diseases, actually I was so surprised that every day it is like this. Then I say, oh my God, now I no longer charge from that.
So the program, the skilling program from Cosmes has enabled you to create solutions to some of the challenges that you were facing in the business. I'm coming back to you, Chomjisha. Yeah, let's still again talk about the competent-based curriculum. You're in Senior 1, so you still have some time to go when it comes to UNEB, but I will still ask, do you think you will continue with hair and cosmetology when it comes to a time for you to pick a project for UNEB?
Yes, I will continue with it because it's the skill I admired ever since childhood. It's the skill I loved, and I was determined to do it because I wasn't forced. My mom asked me, hairdressing, there were many courses, and I told her, yes, I want hairdressing and beautification. It's so good that I have already earned some marks. I am already aspiring to get some marks in UNEB. They are already in my pocket.
Now, when it comes to that part of the project that you've chosen, or that part of skill, that kind of skill, what do you intend to change? What will you do differently? Because we already have many people that are running salons, their hairstyles every single day. So what do you want to make differently when it comes to hairstyles or hair and beautification?
Like, to that, everybody is different in his or her way. What do they do? This one does this. There are many salons, but they are different if you take note of them. This salon does this. This man is so humble to the customers for their customers. They teach us from the beginning, because I told my mom wondered at the very first point that we wrote notes. She said that, why do you write notes?
Yet
she was expecting that we are going to begin with painting, and then later the first term, I start painting there and then. But we began with notes. Why? They are improving. Why? DIT, they say, it is a quality. They are producing quality so that we can be good in our environment. We have to be clean. Most things, they tell us, what do you have to do in the community to make you different? Many salons are there in my community, but they are all not going to the standards I have been told, which means mine will be different.
Nice.
Mine will be much different from the characteristics I've got, from everything I've been told, because some people thought that it's more of practical painting at the very first point, but you have to be knowing something. If that wasn't so, we wouldn't have been at school. We would have said that after P7, you first go and do this course, and then later you come and do senior for if you want. No. They have brought it to all levels. You can earn your skills in school, you can learn your knowledge in school, and then get a skill aside.
Okay, so I understand what you intend to do differently in terms of maybe running a salon and maybe plating, keeping your salon neat and inviting to clients. But I'll still ask, most of the hair that we use to plait is imported. Most of the hair food is imported. But then our president has been very vocal on value addition to some of the products we have in the country, like shea butter. Do you see yourself at some point developing some of these products so that they are maybe easily accessible to Ugandans and more affordable?
Yes, I do. I told you that rather than being taught this, we are also learning different things. Like you said of hair food, shampoo, which we use in the salon. That's down to chemistry. That's all down to chemistry. Now, I hate that importing, because we have our own products here. We can make our own things right here in Uganda. Why should we import things from America? Yet we have the products, we have the source. Sometimes even they take things from here and then take them to the country. They bring for us finished goods. Why do we do that? Because we lack the knowledge of doing something. If we can get a company like me too, I can start it out by myself, and then we get a company. We make those things, hair food, shampoo, yeah? Spray, they are doable, they are done. They can be done right here in Uganda. They can be made by us, by ourselves, but most things you see are from out. Let's do boo-boo. Let's buy Uganda and build Uganda.
Oh, thank you, Chomjisha. Now we are speaking about the impact of impacting Uganda through skilling and training, and I'm speaking to Chomjisha, who is from Samiga, and Sentongo, who is from St. Julian. That is Chomjisha Patience, who is a student at Samiga Memorial College, which is a government school, and Sentongo Nestroy, who is a student at St. Julian Secondary School there in Gayaza. It is a private school. So when Cosmis does the project, the skilling, it goes to both government schools and private schools. So it's not for a selected few. If your child is in a universal secondary school, they can still benefit from Cosmis. And Batio will tell us how they can be reached so that your school probably in 2025 joins this program. As a parent myself, I think this is the way to go. This is something we must do. Skill our young population, because there are no jobs, and today we have AI, and it's projected that in a few years from now most jobs will be obsolete because AI will be doing most of that work. So today you already have personal assistants in terms of AI, where you don't need to have maybe a personal assistant or a secretary, because AI is pretty much doing everything for you, arranging and organizing your calendar, scheduling your events. So when you think about that, skilling is the way to go. Now, coming back to you, Batio, impressive work you've done, first of all.
Thank you.
Sentongo speaks very excitedly about his project, his rabbitry business, and then Chomjisha is also speaking excitedly about her hair business. So I see that what you've done, it already has results, and these are just a fraction of the students that you have already trained. But I would still ask you about how the skilling you have already done, if you already have numbers in terms of success rates, job creation, and money coming in, because at the end of the day, it's the money.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Olive. If your studio was enough, you would be shocked to see the success stories we have. I remember struggling a lot with your team to say at least 10, because we have this very super in the different sectors, different skill sets that people have testimonies, the children have testimonies to put up. But of course, we will definitely be able to have that replication down. You'll be able to see that maybe once if you get the chance to come and talk to them on ground and do that. But I also know that the impact we shall be able to see when we see more Ugandans putting up factories, and I know that I can attest that in the next few years, in the next between 5 to 10 years, you'll be able to see the Sentongos putting up serious projects, the Kyomgishas and others. We have others who are doing cosmetology. Wow, if you had their stories, you'd be shocked to see a student of senior 2 supplying the market with different products. So really, it's a good thing. But also for me, when I see a child that we've impacted and they're able to cause a change, like what she said, she's able to supplement on what her mother is able to provide. We know out there we have different type of parents. We have parents who are able to earn a living through employment. We have parents who don't have really daily income. So if we have a child who is able to support herself, to support, instead of getting maybe support resources from men, for instance, which is a very difficult challenge today in the girl child industry. But if she's able to have her own skill and earn income, it's really decent income. If we have Sentongo who is able to utilize his skills to change his community, he's already impacting his community, he's able to treat rabbits. He's able to treat his own, but also the community rabbit. And I tell you, in the next few years, he'll be a very different service provider in his country, in his community. So we feel, with the impact of these skills, with the replication of the results, that she's able to earn 5 today because she works in someone's salon. Say, for your labor, earn this. But tomorrow, if she has her own salon, that means she's now going to be able to charge, and say if she's charging 15,000 per customer, or 20 times 10 in a day, that's 200,000. That means her income has increased. And then her importance within her community, her parents, her siblings, will really be felt. In terms of support from the schools, it's really a commitment to run such a program, because it's one of the most difficult programs to run, because of, you go to schools, most parents don't even have money, you go to, there's defaulting and so on of this, and yet when you get into the market, you need to provide skilling, and you must buy these products on cash, you must buy. So, but because you have commitment, you have that love that he talked about, we say, let's commit and support. Let's change our Uganda, let's build it up, let's make every Ugandan school take up skilling. Schools have been fearing skilling program because they know it is an expensive program, but we're saying no, there is another way you can do it, skilling this child at the most affordable way possible, and having the right full technical people to support the program.
All right, now as Cosmes, do you have any partners you're working with? Because this is quite huge to do and bring to book.
Yeah, we, of course, apart from the schools, we also work with financial institutions because it's really a big, for instance, if you're going to set up in a school and you have 10 skill sets, these skill sets require equipment, require materials, require human resource, so we work with different institutions to really backstop us and ensure that we're able to to implement whatever we're implementing properly, but also the schools being able to support the program, the parents, because we've spoken to several parents, and we are really grateful to many of these schools that have onboarded the program. The parents are #1 drivers of this program. Say, yes, we want this program. Customers come on board. The school management, the directors of these schools, we are very grateful. The school, the PTAs for the government schools, we are really very grateful for you. They embrace the program very well. They advocate for this program, and we thank them so
All
much.
right, and I will share some of the views coming through. Oscar from Lira says, I like what you're discussing today. It has really educated and motivated me. So he says, thank you. And this one says, this is all Silva. He says, good morning. The issue of skilling is a very good idea for us at St. Michael High School Sunday. Students are doing unbelievable things: Vaseline, perfumes, soap, yogurt, tailoring, construction, agriculture, and I believe that is what we need in this generation. Thank you so much, Silva. Do you also have, are you running a skilling project at St. Michael in Sunday?
Yes, we are.
Okay, that is feedback for you. And the next comment says, it's really good to be with a skill that will help you and the family. This one says, good morning, UBC. Thank you for the program. My name is Ibrahim Mayanja, and I'm a proud parent of a learner doing computer in St. Julian. My son has learnt a lot, and I'm happy this program has been brought in school. We pray it spreads in other schools and more schools to join to benefit all our students. My question is, how can other schools join the program? That's for you, but the last comment says, it's a great initiative. Skilling children can have a profound impact on their future and the future of Uganda as a whole. By providing them with valuable skills, you're empowering them to reach their full potential, become self-sufficient, and contribute positively to their communities. It's a wonderful way to invest in Uganda's future and create a ripple effect of positive change. Keep up the fantastic work. And someone say, this is Apostle Junior from Kamocha. He says, now instead of giving SAGE and PDM to local people, why can't the government give youth money for such a project? That is a question coming in from Apostle Junior from Kamocha. Thank you so much, all that have shared your views and have followed the conversation from when it started. But you're in your closing remarks. First of all, there was a question on how other schools can join the project. But the other question is your contact number in case people want to get in touch with you.
Okay, thank you, Olive. Once again, thank you, viewers of UBC. We love you and we appreciate your time. For those schools that would like to enroll with us, call us on 039 320 6201. I repeat, 039 320 6201. You can call us, we can make appointments and come. And then for the other who was calling from, who was texting in from Lira, we already have 2 schools that we're engaging with in Lira, and come first term, we shall be in Lira as well.
All right, and that's a beautiful thing. Now, Chomjisha, what are your last remarks, and maybe if any greetings to your family as well?
My last remarks are to anybody out there: hard work, like loving something and giving it your all. Time with God, you're going to achieve everything. I send shout outs to my mom, to my head teacher who welcomed the classmates to come to our school and provide us with this opportunity because it began in 2nd term. I send remarks to my teacher, Madam Josephine, who has taught me everything I know, who has made me get more love in it and support from my mom. I thank her so much. Hi, Mom.
Thank you so much, Chomjisha. Now, Chomjisha Patience is a student at Samiga Memorial College and St. Ongo Nestroy. What are your last remarks?
Actually, my last remarks, I would like to end by first of all maybe telling you my dream in future.
Briefly.
Actually, in a brief way, in my dreams in future, I would like to set up something like a huge project where students of other schools will come to my project. Then they also learn again what I learned in schools during that time.
Okay.
And I will end by thanking my parents and Hoffman actually for supporting me in St. Julian. I will also thank the Cosmes and my madam, Docas, for training me such skills because I've learned a lot actually. I would also thank the head teacher, Madam Galavs, who helped us, then welcomed the Cosmes into our school. And I also thank everyone who has been seeing UBC Uganda. Thank you. Nice time.
Well, Sentongo Nestor is a student at St. Julian Secondary School. Now, Catherine Batio is the head of Project Cosmos Uganda. We've had a very impactful conversation. If you haven't joined or changed your mindset regarding skilling our young people, our children, I don't know what else we need, but we'll keep bringing Catherine here to have more of these conversations and more students, because skilling is the way to go. Thank you all for coming through.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being a part of Good Morning Uganda. Now up next is the extended segment of Good Morning Uganda, which is Good Morning Uganda Extra with Chirabo Robert Nyonyintano. See you tomorrow.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda. In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, every story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
This December, the border transforms into a hub of innovation, culture and opportunity. It's the Border Breakers Innovation Festival 2024.
Happening from 12th to 15th December at the Busia Border Primary Grounds. And our chief guest, we are honored to welcome the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, Minister of East African Community Affairs. Together, we'll celebrate unity, progress and prosperity for the community.
Join us for 4 unforgettable days of free medical camp, culture showcases, agriculture and entrepreneur exhibitions, and groundbreaking innovations bridging Kenya and Uganda. To exhibit, contact 0773 458 492 or 074 668 449. Brought to you by
Pick of the day on UBC.
He expected me to die like within the first 2 years.
Out of the blue, the child will get pains, especially in the wrists. And this happens commonly when children are starting to walk.
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000. Or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Nyati Motion Pictures brings you Tuko Pamoja Luo segment. Learn about the famous legend of Jipiri and Labongo and how the Alur, Acholi, Jonam and Japadola Jaluo emerged.
The Luo are basically Nilotic.
We are believed to have come from Baragazel in the Sudan.
When this colonialism came,
Rora Witch saved the life of men actually.
Fought fiercely.
Awich was imprisoned here on that hill, Kololo.
Awich remained the greatest hero in Acholi.
Premiering in Gulu City at Boma Hotel on Sunday 8th December 2024. Gates open at 4:30 p.m. To get a ticket, call 0778 787 660. Tuko Pamoja?
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Maskari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
This December, the border transforms into a hub of innovation, culture and opportunity. It's the Border Breakers Innovation Festival 2024.
Happening from 12th to 15th December at the Busia Border Primary Grounds. And our chief guest, we're honored to welcome the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, Minister of East African Community Affairs. Together, we'll celebrate unity, progress and prosperity for the community.
Join us for 4 unforgettable days of free medical camp, culture showcases, agriculture and entrepreneur exhibitions, and groundbreaking innovations bridging Kenya and Uganda. To exhibit, contact 0773 458 492 or 074 668 449. Brought to you by
Pick of the day on UBC.
He expected me to die like within the first 2 years.
Out of the blue, the child will get pains, especially in the wrists. And this happens commonly when children are starting to walk.
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000. Or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Nyati Motion Pictures brings you Tuko Pamoja Luo segment. Learn about the famous legend of Jipiri and Labongo and how the Alur, Acholi, Jonam and Japadola Jaluo emerged.
The Luo are basically Nilotic.
We are believed to have come from Baragazelle in the Sudan.
When this colonialism came,
Which saved the life of men actually.
Fought fiercely.
which was imprisoned here on that hill, Kololo.
Which remain the greatest hero in Acholi.
Premiering in Gulu City at Boma Hotel on Sunday 8th December 2024. Gets open at 4:30 p.m. To get a ticket, call 0778 787 660. Tuko Pamoja?
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, every story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
This December, the border transforms into a hub of innovation, culture and opportunity. It's the Border Breakers Innovation Festival 2024.
Happening from 12th to 15th December at the Busia Border Primary Grounds. And our chief guest, we're honored to welcome the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, Minister of East African Community Affairs. Together, we'll celebrate unity, progress and prosperity for the community.
Join us for 4 unforgettable days of free medical camp, culture showcases, agriculture and entrepreneurial exhibitions, and groundbreaking innovations bridging Kenya and Uganda. To exhibit, contact 0773 458 492 or 074 668 449. Brought to you by
At Uganda Development Bank, we are committed to empowering communities by supporting projects that unlock excellent economic benefits for Ugandans through job creation, tax contribution, output value, and foreign exchange. We seek partnerships with projects that drive economic development in Uganda.
Wana tudiringa mu mwanyi kulima mwanyi famu ya feno eri ku bugazi bwa hika 125 mwanyi za feza myaka 2 kati wetwatana kusimba wetwatandikira twatandika ne hika 10 wetwatandika hika 10 twakolanga pilot project akata aho esente zali ntono nga gwokimanyi wano mu Uganda kati nasalawo okutukira UDB kati bwatukira UDB newe tebaba babibi sente bakola ki bazituweereza kati ne tutandika guno mulimu mukola ki gwe mulaba kati mukutane guno mulimu mulaba tuguze mu bingi kwangu laba tuli ku drip system then kanu katwakata Israeli eleze sente zimu ezagulu okuva Israeli then nokutuyamba mu bakozi okusema the reserve nezi no control room zinagola bagwe generator wateba jona yaba jona mu UDB wano ngaba libona abalone mu Uganda waliwo abesobola walimu abatesobola batukire UDB kubanga etuyambye netwa buli kimu okutwaliza wamu mu UDB tufunyemu.
At Uganda Development Bank, we are committed to empowering communities by supporting projects that unlock excellent economic benefits for Ugandans through job creation, tax contribution, output value, and foreign exchange. We seek partnerships with projects that drive economic development in Uganda.
Faith Care was started in 2012 with our few savings, with a capacity of 1,000 birds. And now we have a capacity of 10,000 birds. As it is called mixed farm, Faith Care deals in zero grazing cows, and we grow seasonal crops, not even forgetting coffee. But the main project or enterprise is poultry. Poultry is the mother of everything. We have been facing many challenges, but the most challenging part was during COVID. COVID hit us very seriously, and that's when I met my savior, UDB. But after getting UDB money with the low interest of it, we are able to go back to the track, and here we are. Actually, we are even expanding. We have a capacity laying birds of 10,000, and we are constructing more poultry houses. The UDB nafunamu because we got the money, actually the sente zazi tugasa with little interest with a grace period. So we are able to brood our birds, start laying, and we started paying, and we are paying very well. I think we are good customers.
At Uganda Development Bank, we are committed to empowering communities by supporting projects that unlock excellent economic benefits for Ugandans through job creation, tax contribution, output value, and foreign exchange. We seek partnerships with projects that drive economic development in Uganda.
Vocational education does more of equipping of different skills, ranging from hairdressing, tailoring, catering, and so on. So those are basically the courses that we do, and we do them in different levels. My relationship with UDB came through Yuga Privi. I'm registered with Private Institutions Association. So one time we were invited for a meeting as proprietors of schools, and UDB sold in their idea of offering loans for some of us who are still developing. So Ray happened to be one of those that is not yet fully established. Of course, being a private institution, we didn't have enough structures. So I applied for a loan, and that is how our relationship started. And yeah, so I got the first installment, putting up the preliminaries and the substructure, and the structure is being worked on. I really want to thank UDB so much because the interest is pretty low, and I must say, mu UDB nafunamu. Thank you so much UDB for supporting vocational education.
Uganda Development Bank, inspiring development.
As Gulu District Farmers Association, in 2 districts of Omoro and Gulu, 14,000 and 300 farmers benefited from this project, whereby if you go to that link of Gulu District Farmers Association, you have all the details of the number of farmers who have been benefiting from this project. One thing Gulu District Farmers Association benefited from this project called PRELNO, it has strengthened the extension system of the DFA, or the Gulu District Farmers Association, whereby there were capacity building of each of the staff, the one in Gulu, the one in Omoro. Before this farmer group, I also benefited from this project, whereby, particularly for me, the other achievement I made, because in fact, I think all in all, I could say the luckiest, to me particularly in my achievement, because I finished my university in 2020. Immediately I came for PRELNO. So I understood every structure, what's all about in PRELNO, whereby I had to achieve. I constructed also a house home, I also had a bowl, whereby they hope my museum from home for plowing. So that's briefly what I can say. Thank you so much.
My name is Atube Richard, a member of a group called Kanyope, located in Bungatira sub-county. This group started in 2008, but the PRELNO project started supporting us in 2009. The project has offered us training on farming, and the training we got has helped us immensely. We used to farm in a traditional way, planting a variety of crops. But when the team from PRELNO approached us, they asked us to choose particular seeds to grow which can yield very well in our area. We chose groundnuts and rice, which we are growing. With this kind of farming, the project also taught us how to sell as a group after finding a market. The support from the project has been so good to us.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
In a nation.
A lovely morning to you once again. Thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. I'm Robert Cherabo Nyonyitono. This is the Extra, where I usually have a guest or guests and discuss issues of national concern. Now, one person once said, better late than never. I don't agree to that, but sometimes circumstances force things to be. Now, that is what has happened to my guest, and I apologize to my viewer for delaying to begin the extra. Today, we want to look at government support to teachers through circles. How can this be an opportunity to change teachers' welfare? One of the professions that is among the oldest is teaching, because even our Lord Jesus Christ was a teacher. And for a long time, teachers have been craving for improved welfare. Now, government, one of the ways through which it helps groups is them forming circles and government injecting some money to begin their resource envelope so that they can borrow, return less profits, and by closure of 3-4 years, then if government put 22 billion, you may find that because of the interest rates that each one borrowing has been bringing, maybe they have 22 billion, 0.5 or something like that. So joining me on set, I have Mwamura Juma, who is one of the leaders in a body that brings private teachers together. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, my brother Chirabo. Good morning, viewers out there. I want to thank you again for this opportunity, and I want also to extend our gratitude to the management, UBC, for always giving us audience.
Juma, to begin with, we are going to be discussing circles, but before we go even any further, first give me an update and give our viewer an update and teachers in private institutions that are watching regarding the finances. During COVID-19, I remember His Excellency committed himself to giving you some billions of money as teachers. How far have you gone?
First is that we want to extend our very sincere, deep appreciations to His Excellency the President and his leadership, that he has always exhibited the goodwill for the welfare of Ugandans, and very particularly for the teachers. We want to say thank you so much. Earlier, at the time of COVID, there were those promises that were made, and I think they only failed because there were a number of formations that merged at that time and caused a lot of confusion. And when they were facilitated by some people in offices, it really failed the whole thing. But very recently, in 2023, International Teachers' Day celebrations, teachers made fresh kind of expressions before His Excellency the President about their welfare, about their plight, and the request for grant. During that occasion, His Excellency honored in a response and said, yes, I will offer this. And he made that promise almost across all teachers. Teachers in government schools, teachers in the government schools, but scientists and the others now in the private schools. Just this last concluded the International Teachers' Day celebration. We were here in Kololo. He made good of that promise, just about 12 months after that whole thing. So you can see that really, as educationists, we owe gratitude to HE, the President. We owe attitude to the Minister of Education, to the Minister of Finance, and all their support, technical support officers. So I must say that there has been a grant that has been put to beef